Yeah. If I recall correctly, the circumstances regarding all of these turns of events coincided with a addiction to OxyContin that Lorissa had developed after having an injury while on the job. I believe she had injured her foot somehow, and then the OxyContin, as we all know, has been associated with many deaths of many middle-aged women. It really severely alters people's personalities. Can you get into a little bit regarding these circumstances just of the addiction, and maybe a little bit of how it was fed also by some of this element that we're talking about?
Yes, sir. The originally, as you said, Lorissa was working a job. And another one of Doug's brilliant brainstorms that he was going to open up a dating service.
Okay.
And Lorissa went out on one of her appointments. It was a very traumatic experience for her, to where she literally had to run for her life, jumped a ravine-type area and broke a bone in her foot.
Gotcha.
The doctor for pain medication prescribed her 2 months. At that time, not much was known about the drug, but as we all soon found out, it was highly addictive. Once he took her off of the medication, again, these people who were around her milked her dry, because they were like, well, you might not be able to get it, but we can get it for you.
Yeah, I believe that there's actually a substantial element down in Melbourne, Florida, that there's rampant Medicare fraud, and it's actually very easy to get mass quantities of OxyContin and for people to deal it, and there's not really a lot of manpower in the police department to deal with it down there, unfortunately.
No, and of course, not just Florida, but it just, I think everyone now is very familiar with OxyContin. I wasn't at the time. I did not realize how addictive the drug was. I didn't realize, of course, the nickname to it is hillbilly heroin. I didn't know at the time, and I always knew Lorissa would be such a strong-willed person that I didn't think there was anything that could control her. This was really the first I've ever seen her not have control, but again, these type of these bottom feeders, these low lives, had surrounded her so much that anyone that knew her, what was left of her family, myself, several others, couldn't get near her.
And it wasn't for any want of trying. I mean, you were constantly on the phone trying to get hold of her. I believe there was actually an incident on the Josiah View blog, which is the source for a lot of people's information nowadays, where the incident that involved the CPS and her son actually coincided. It was a threat of physical violence, and the person that was listed as being the fan that she was on the phone with was actually you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and you would actually come in a little bit towards the end of her time in Florida, and were basically trying to keep the ship afloat, for lack of a better term. And get into that just a little bit.
Yeah, now that was, and again, I give Lorissa full credit. She had figured out what was going on. These people they were trying to keep her pretty much doped up, clean out her bank accounts. And Lorissa was at that point of literally being flat broke, and these people were still trying to hit her up for money. But Lorissa and I had started our conversations back up, like you said, over the phone, and she really woke up and wanted out of that situation. And these people were really putting the screws on her, trying to blackmail her, threatening to take her child away. They had already tried on several occasions. Some of the young ladies that were under her employ were trying to blackmail her. It was just a terrible situation, but Lorissa had enough. She had enough of the addiction. She had enough of these people being around her. She was trying to break free. And again, that is why we were talking on the phone, trying our best to get her out of there.